Good morning, students. We'll discuss the synopsis of the moving charges and magnetism. What are the important formulas are there in moving charges and magnetism? We will discuss one by one. Okay. So, name of the chapter will be moving charges and magnetism. Okay. In this chapter, first we will get Biot-Savart's law. Here one long conductor is there. Current I is flowing through the conductor. At a perpendicular distance of R, some point is there. In this conductor, we considered a small current element dl. Not the entire conductor, we considered small portion. Because of this small portion, here magnetic induction, I am assuming this angle will be theta. That formula will be dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. Magnetic induction at this point due to this current element. ID mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. In vector form, if they asks, in vector form, dB bar is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I into dl bar cross r bar by r cube. That is in vector form. If they ask due to the entire conductor, what is the magnetic induction? Due to the current element, what is the magnetic induction? This is the formula. Due to the entire conductor, due to entire conductor, B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi integral Q2 or total length we have to take I dl sin theta by r square. So, like this magnetic induction we will calculate using Biot-Savart's law. Another formula to calculate the magnetic induction is Ampere's law. What it is saying, see, for example, there is a closed loop of any shape. In that loop, some current carrying wires are there. Here there is a wire, current is going inward, so it will be cross we are indicating. This is the wire taking the current outward, and this is the wire current taking inward. This wire is taking current outward. Here one more wire is there. Let this will be current and that wire will be I5. What Ampere's law is saying, we have to consider the currents only in this loop. No need to consider this current. Understanding? Integral, closed integral B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into, if you take inward current is positive, outward current will be negative, I1 minus I2 plus I3 minus I4. This is nothing but closed integral B bar dot dl bar into I will be the total current in this loop, that is Ampere's law. Whether using this formula or whether using Biot-Savart's law, we can calculate the magnetic inductions in different cases. So how to calculate the magnetic induction? What are the applications of this Ampere's law? We will discuss. So next third one will be some applications are there basing on the Ampere's law. Applications of Ampere's law. Maximum number of problems will come on this model only. So listen carefully. For example, it is a wire. Either it may be a finite wire, either it may be a infinite wire. If I take a point in the same line, wire is a point is in the same line of the wire. Here induction will be equal to 0 because of this wire. Here there will be no induction. For example, wire is like this, infinite wire. Point is here, current is I. Let the perpendicular distance will be R. Because of this wire, here induction will be B is equal to mu naught by 2 pi I by R. So magnetic induction due to infinite long wire at a perpendicular distance R will be mu naught by 2 pi I by R. Understanding? Next, though it is infinite wire, it will start at some point. Though it is infinite, somewhere it is starting. Somewhere it is starting. So this is the starting of the wire. Current is going like this. Here a particular point is there at a perpendicular distance R. Because of this wire, so at one end of infinite long wire, magnetic induction will be mu naught by 4 pi I by R. At one end of infinite long wire, magnetic induction will be mu naught by 4 pi I by R. It is not long wire. Let us assume it is finite wire. This is the finite wire carrying current I. A point is here at a perpendicular distance R. This end, line joining the point and this end making an angle theta 1. Line joining the point and the another end making an angle theta 2. Then because of this wire, here magnetic induction will be mu naught by 4 pi I by R into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. If these angles are alpha and beta, then B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I by R cos alpha plus cos beta. Okay. This is finite wire. This will be infinite wire. Finite wire also, if the point is like this, this is finite wire only, point is here. So one angle becomes 0, only one angle will be there. Then this formula will becomes B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I by R into sin theta 1, only one theta is there, na? So we can write I by R sin theta. Okay. So like this applications will be there for Ampere's law. Some more applications we will discuss. For example, this is after this solid cylinder is there. All these are formulas, very very important formulae. This is one solid cylinder. Okay, this is the axis of the cylinder. Okay, then point is inside, B inside. What is the magnetic induction means? Mu naught by 2 pi I r by r square. R will be radius, small r will be that point distance. If they take the point here, then B outside will be mu naught by 2 pi I by small r. Okay, just like infinite long wire. So inside mu naught by 2 pi IR by r square, outside mu naught by 2 pi I by small r. If it is hollow cylinder, not solid cylinder, then what will happen? See, hollow cylinder. This is hollow cylinder. This is the axis. Then inside it will be 0. Outside point is there, same infinite long wire formula, mu naught by 2 pi I by r. Okay, these are the formulas for hollow cylinder and solid cylinder. Next, a square loop is there. Current is flowing like this. What is the magnetic induction at the center? Like that questions will be there. So for this, B center is equal to 8 root 2 mu naught by 4 pi I by A. A will be side of that square. This mu naught by 4 pi I by A, you remember 8 root 2 will come here. If it is a triangle, for triangle, equilateral triangle, current I is flowing at the centroid. Side is A only for this. B center is equal to, center means here centroid, 18 mu naught by 4 pi I by A. Some problems 2 they will cancel, here also 4, 8 they will cancel and they will give 2 root 2 mu naught I by pi A. Here 9 mu naught I by pi A. Like that they will give. Next, some more applications we will do. So these are enough basing on the amperes la. Next, circular coil, third one will be. So here there is a circular coil carrying current I. P is a point at a distance r. at a distance x from the center, radius let it be r, then on the axis what is the magnetic induction? B axis is equal to mu naught ni r square by 2 into r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. That is the magnetic induction. At the center, what is the magnetic induction means? Mu naught ni by 2r. Next, calculate the magnetic moment. Like that they will ask the formulas. Magnetic moment, capital M is equal to NIA. This is the formula for magnetic moment. Next, B center and B axis relation is what? Into 1 plus x square by r square whole power 3 by 2. This is the relation between these two formulae. Okay. Next, one more application will be there. If it is not completely circular coil, one circular arc is there. Here there is a circular arc. Circular arc is making an angle theta at the center. Because of this circular arc, what is the magnetic induction at the center means? B is equal to mu naught I by 2r into theta by 2 pi, where r is the radius of that circle. With this circular coil, if I construct a circle like this, then radius of that circle will be equal to capital R. Okay. These formulas are enough relating to circular coil. Next, revolving charge, on that some formulas will be there. What are that formulas? You see. Next, fourth one, revolving charge. A charge is revolving in the circular path. Okay. Radius of the circular path, small r or capital R, you take anything. It is rotating with velocity v or with angular velocity omega, it is rotating. Then what is the current it generated? Next, what is its momentum? What is the radius? What is its kinetic energy? Like that, different will be there. First, we will discuss about the current. I is equal to Q by T. RT will be time period. 1 by time period will be frequency. So F into Q. Amma, this T is there, na? This T value will be 2 pi by omega. So another formula will be Q omega by 2 pi. Omega is equal to V by R. So I is equal to QV by 2 pi R. This formula or FQ formula or QV by 2 pi formula generally we will use to calculate the current. Next, what is the magnetic moment? They will ask. M is equal to I into A. I value QV by 2 pi R. A value pi r square. Pi 1 r will cancel. It becomes QVR by 2. Its magnetic moment will be A charged particle is revolving in the circular path. What is the magnetic moment of that charged particle? Means QVR by 2. In the same manner, what is the magnetic induction at the center? Like that questions will be there. We will use mu naught I by 2R. Just like circular coil center. Mu naught Ni by 2R. Na? Here no N will be there. No number of turns. So mu naught I by 2R. These formulas they will ask relating to revolving charge. Okay. Next, another one will be tangent galvanometer. They will ask me. So see the fifth one, tangent galvanometer. Okay. Tangent galvanometer is a device used to measure the current. Using this device, we can measure currents up to 10 power minus 5 amperes. See here in tangent galvanometer, what is the formula we are using is I is equal to K tan theta. Here K will be called as the reduction factor. K will be called as the reduction factor. This K value will be 2RBH by mu naught N into tan theta, where R will be radius of the coil, N will be number of turns, BH will be horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. So this formula is enough relating to tangent galvanometer. Okay. Next, after finishing of this, next on the forces, force on the charged particle, force on the current carrying conductor, formulas will be there. What are that? See. Next, sixth one, force on a charged particle. Here a magnetic field is there of induction B. Here a charge Q entered into the magnetic field with velocity V. Then depending what is the force acting on the charged particle means F bar is equal to Q into V bar cross B bar, or in vector form F is equal to BQV sin theta. This is in vector form. V bar cross B bar means VB sin theta. So BQV sin theta. Understanding? Depending on this angle, its path may be circular, its path may be helical, its path may be same straight line depending on the angle. What is the angle here? Angle between velocity and magnetic field. If theta is equal to 0 degrees, F is equal to 0. Sin 0 is 0. That's why F is equal to 0. Path is straight line. Next, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, F is equal to BQV. Path is circular. And these formulas will be there. What are that? See. In this, what is the radius? mv by bq, or we can write mv as p, so p by bq, or momentum we can write it as 2m ke by bq. Here what is the time period they will ask. Here t is equal to 2 pi by omega, or omega is v by r. So v is equal to r omega, na? Omega is equal to v by r. So here 2 pi r by v. See this formula, r by v means m by bq. So it becomes 2 pi m by bq. What is its time period? Calculate its time period means. Next, what is its frequency means 1 by time period. This value bq by 2 pi m. Okay. If this angle is not 0 degrees, not 90 degrees, not 180 degrees, if theta not equal to 0 degrees, not equal to 90 degrees, or theta not equal to 180 degrees, path will be helical. So if the charged particle enters like this, its path will be like this. In one rotation, how much the horizontal distance it is traveled, that will be called as the pitch. And what is its time period, they will ask. Time period will be same here, 2 pi m by bq. Pitch will be, pitch means distance traveled by the particle when it makes one rotation. So that momentum horizontal component into time we have to take. So finally this will be 2 pi mv cos theta by bq. Okay, this will be the pitch. Okay, next, after finishing off these forces, next Lorentz force will be there. Lorentz force. If a particle enters into a region where electric and magnetic fields both are present, force acting on the particle will be called as the Lorentz force. Then F is equal to Q into F bar, E bar plus V bar cross B bar. If a charged particle enters into a region where both electric and magnetic fields are present, calculate the force acting on the particle is called Lorentz force. Formula for this is this one. Next, force on a current carrying conductor. F is equal to, in vector form, I into L bar cross B bar, or F is equal to BIL sin theta. That is the formula. Okay. This is the force acting on the current carrying conductor. Next, force between, we'll write like this. force between two straight parallel conductors. Here one conductor is there carrying current I1, infinite long. Another conductor is there carrying current I2. R is the distance between them. Then force acting between them per unit length, F by L is equal to mu naught by 2 pi I1 I2 by R. This is the force. If currents are in the same direction, they will attract with each other. If currents are in the opposite direction, they will repel with each other. Okay, this is about the force between two straight parallel conductors. So try to recall, all are there in the theory. Next, what is the torque acting on the torque on a current carrying coil? Tau is equal to BIAN sin theta. This is the formula for torque acting on the coil. Next, moving coil galvanometer will be there. In moving coil galvanometer, BIAN is equal to C theta. From this, I is equal to C by BAN into theta. I is equal to K theta. K will be called as the galvanometer constant. Okay. Next, here current sensitivity, they will ask current sensitivity SI is equal to theta by I. This I you bring this side, then this value will be BAN by C. Next, they will ask voltage sensitivity SV is equal to theta by V. Deflection per unit voltage, deflection per unit current sensitivity means theta by Ig. V is equal to IR. R place galvanometer resistance G. So theta by I will be BAN by C na. So BAN by CG. These formulas will ask on the moving coil galvanometer. Next, last topics will be conversion of galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter. So next, in conversion of galvanometer into ammeter, how we will convert? By collecting a low resistance parallel to the galvanometer, we will convert that into shunt. Then I will be the total current, Ig will be current flowing through galvanometer, Is will be current flowing through shunt. Ig formula will be I into S by G plus S. Is formula will be Ig by G plus S. Next, to increase the range by n times, what is the shunt required? Means G by n minus 1. So this is G by I by Ig minus 1. Okay, this is the shunt. Next, conversion of voltmeter, I am galvanometer into voltmeter. In voltmeter, this is galvanometer. If you connect high resistance in series to the galvanometer, it will convert into voltmeter. So then here what is the formula we are using? Ig into G plus R. So to increase the range by n times, what is the formula we have to use is n minus 1 into G, V2 by V1 minus 1 into G. These formulas we will ask in the voltmeter. Okay, so these are enough. Thoroughly you prepare all of these formulas, and coming lectures we will share the synopsis also. What is the reason is, when we are teaching, they are in the position of concentrating on the board exams at that time. We'll from the next chapter onwards, we will give separate session for explaining the synopsis. Then we will do the problems. Okay, we'll do like that. Thank you. We'll stop now.